Football might be over for this season, but basketball is in full steam for both pro and college hoops. Hey, it's your man Lloyd Spence, and listen, from all the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Here's what you got to do. Head over to the website or use your mobile devices to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BLEAV, B-L-E-A-V, to get started. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds right to the Olympic coverage. It is the best in the business. From sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, BetOnline is your #1 online wagering destination. So, it's BetOnline, y'all, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. So go to BetOnline, where the game starts.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this movement up back of a can. You can make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn World.
You're now listening to BLEAV in the ACC with Heisman Trophy winner and Florida State legend, Mr. Charlie Ward, Wave 3 TV, and Burn Creek Hall of Famer, Kendrick Haskins, and Mr. Talking Noise himself, and of course, Mama Noise's man, Lloyd Spence. And now, it's time for BLEAV in the ACC.
These guys have 5 uniforms. They have a lot of amenities that he's brought to the table, and he says they got to earn them.
3rd and 22. Sanders fires deep again, has a man wide open, and a diving catch in the end zone. Guess who? It's Malachi Wideman again, and this guy's having a sensational game. What a throw and what a diving catch by Malachi Wideman.
Play action, man wide open, and there he is, Malachi Wideman. $16-yard touchdown pass.
Out of the gun is Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur throws in the end zone, is batted in the air and caught for the touchdown. What concentration by Malachi Wideman for the touchdown.
Sanders so sure of it, and he goes to Malachi Wideman for the touchdown. He threw that one with assurance to Wideman, where only he could catch it.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Shedeur Sanders goes for the end zone, has a man wide open. That is Malachi Wideman, and that is a touchdown for the Tigers. JSU is on the board with that touchdown strike from Shedeur Sanders to Wideman.
Sure, he's going bad. So Shedeur takes a handoff, throws a timing pattern in the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. Malachi Wideman makes the catch for the touchdown, extending JSU's lead.
So Sanders here on 3rd and 9. From the pocket, has a man open, and it's going to be a touchdown again to number 13, Malachi Wideman, who's had a fantastic day. Just an incredible day. An epic day.
A fantastic season.
Yes.
Let's go with that.
Sanders back. Sanders looking. Touchdown, Jackson State. Malachi Wideman getting 6 on the board for the Tigers.
Pass into the end zone, and it's a touchdown to Malachi Wideman. Shedeur Sanders to Wideman. Shedeur Sanders in the back of the end zone to Wideman. It's a touchdown for the Tigers. Shedeur Sanders to Malachi Wideman, and it's a touchdown.
Vaunted passer attack.
Ball at midfield. Sanders tracking back.
Look out.
Throws it away. Man fell down. Touchdown, Malachi Wideman as he looks the defender into the end zone. The poise, the composure from Shedeur Sanders, who was delivered a hit but found Wideman for the touchdown.
And that was a humble flex.
We like humble flexes around here. That is our thing. We get excited about it, and there is no greater flex than the young man we have here today. Mr. Malachi Wideman is here from the JSU Tigers. And I'm going to tell you something, sir. You are good at your job.
Thank you.
My goodness. You are
very
good
at
at
football.
You are good at the thing they call football. But Kendrick and Charlie, I've also discovered he is very good at the thing they call basketball as well. I could have done the same thing with some basketball highlights. He's got some highlights that make you go, well, okay then. You're just good at a lot of things. That's what you do.
Look at it, just going by his size, I would imagine that, he post up a little bit.
little bit.
Do some work close to the rim.
You got some game, man. So thank you for getting up with us this morning for the BLEAV the ACC podcast. And we're off the ACC path a little bit, but it's worth it because I'm telling you, this is an impressive young man. Now, my first question is the obvious one. How do you, a young man in this game, know the great Charlie Ward?
Oh, man. Charlie Ward is a legend around from where I'm from, so it's no wonder his name rings bells, from where I'm from. I don't know, Charlie, if you remember, actually, but it might have been like 2 or 3 years ago. I think you were having a seminar at the country club in Sarasota. Yeah, I was following you way back then, man. Just always hearing good words of encouragement from Charlie Ward. There's some he's always been real good at, and just trying to follow in the footsteps of one of the greats.
Well, Coach Ricardo, I came to speak at the Riverview Touchdown Club meeting, and I think that was your first school, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so or your school, one of your schools in high school. And so that's where I met you, got an opportunity to speak into your life because I think you were going through that transition of trying to, figure it out and, home life and school and all the different things you had, going on in your life. And, I was just grateful to have an opportunity to meet you. And they were telling me that you were a basketball and football guy as well. And
that sounds familiar.
So, now we're here a long time ago. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. But we're grateful to be able to see you again and see that you're doing well.
I've been a dual athlete in college before basketball, football. I can't remember. What was that guy? Can you remember that guy's name that was doing like both?
And he played both, and
yeah,
seemed like he won some kind of award in football, and then went to play.
Oh, that award wasn't that big. Don't worry about that. That wasn't important. Listen, man, I gotta tell you, the funniest article I saw in researching you was, and I literally laughed. You know how you say LOL, but I literally laughed out loud. It was the Tennessee Volunteers said, "Well, Michael Wideman not leaving our program is not that big of a deal." I'm like, yeah, well, I don't remember none of these guys that y'all got right now. And then how much would Michael Wideman help your team that wasn't very good? So do you crack up when you look back at your journey, and what made you go to JSU? What reeled you in?
First and foremost, I'd probably say the opportunity, the opportunity to come in and have an immediate impact, to be coached immediately by a legend, and then the networking, of course, and all the resources that Coach Prime has made a lot of the decision easier. Yeah, and why not HBCU? After going to a Power 5 and seeing how a lot of those things is actually run over there in those departments, when you're dealing with that much money and that much funding in universities, it's a risky game you play. The grass isn't always green on the other side. So after learning that, just tried to make sure I took a lesson away from that situation, so I didn't end up with the L.
That's good, man. Are you seeing that more and more of your peers are having the same mindset? Guys that you played with in high school, or you may have played in select leagues, whatever. They're saying kind of the same thing. They're saying, why not HBCU? Is that trending now?
Most definitely. I definitely think that's a trending topic in our collegial world these days. Number one athletes nowadays are committing to HBCUs, and so that's big. Not all athletes are prone to thinking that you have to go to a Power 5 school, and I think that's totally right. It's about opportunity and capitalizing on the opportunity, because if you have talent, it's going to be showcased. Always going to be showcased. Somebody gonna find you.
Agreed. Well, somebody did find you, and you ended up in into Deion Sanders. It's just weird to even say it. Every time I say it, it's like Deion Sanders is like a head coach in a college, and he's doing really well. Yeah. This guy's a big fan. It's a whole cowboy thing. I'm not even going to bore you with it. But what is it like playing in the primetime system?
Oh man, definitely an extreme amounts of exposure. He brings in a lot of special guests who also are usually always good peekins to look up to. Just a blessing, man. You not often do you get coached by somebody who's done overcome just as many struggles, if not many more than you. And just a good role model, somebody who you could look up to every single day. You wake up and have to go over to the facility. It's just a true blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be here at JSU.
I would imagine Coach Prime is high energy every day.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day. I'm not sure if you guys know, but one of his new episodes just dropped on YouTube, and that's right around the time that I came in, so you guys could get a lot of insight of the transition for me when I first got there as well.
Well, I'll tell you, I have seen that episode. It is from start to finish exactly what you said every day. The whole program is kind of high energy. It's kind of I don't know if you can have a low day in that program, but I do have to ask you this. Is Pretty Tony as scary as he looks on the episode? Because he seems pretty intense.
Oh, no, that's funny though, man. That name to me is so ironic because I don't know if there's anything pretty about Pretty Tony.
There's nothing pretty about Pretty Tony.
I don't know if there's anything pretty about Pretty Tony.
Right. But he seems like he cares. Now I won't say he doesn't care, but he's pretty intense.
Oh, he just got a roughwear song. What the old folks call Tough Love.
Tough love. That's what it is. It's tough love.
That's all it is. Tough love.
We old folks, Charlie.
Malachi, I have a question. What is the biggest difference in campus life from the University of Tennessee and Jackson State?
Oh man, this is too easy. I'd say probably the culture, and it's just something different about HBCUs, man. I don't know if I can say all of it, but I think just probably being surrounding, somewhere where you're not necessarily a statistic. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's just culture, man. I have to say culture culture would be the number one, man. There's nothing like an HBCU. I remember one of our games back when we played Alabama State this year. Our Alabama State game had more attendance than the Alabama versus Mississippi State game. And just seeing that many, Black excellent people in one area was just phenomenal. I've never been in an environment like that. Never. My entire life.
Wow.
And who's the bigger man on campus? A star football player or the band leader?
I feel like the star football player and the band leader have probably just as much networking capabilities on campus as anybody else.
I was gonna say that thing is balancing out now. Like it may have been different a year or two ago, but yeah, but it's probably
we catching up to the band. We catching up to Sonic Boom.
When you walked into that stadium, because you were at the Miami game, right? Okay. So when you walked into that stadium the first time and you saw that whole experience, and a place like that is relatively full, like they packed the place out. What was that? Was that the perfect validation for everything that you had gone through? Because you've had an interesting journey, and to see it kind of culminate to that moment, what was that feeling like?
Oh man, I just felt like, first and foremost, I just get blessed after time and time again, and then also just sat back and think, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And then I also understood that, that's part of the Coach Prime effect. I'd be lying if I said we probably get some of the same things and some of the same opportunities at Jackson State if it wasn't for Coach Prime. Just very thankful to have him, man. Just so thankful to have him in my corner.
That's good, man.
What's it like being a receiver with a quarterback whose dad is the coach?
Interesting for sure. There's a different type of tough love that he could apply, to Shadur, that he probably, maybe some wouldn't say that he would be able to apply to a regular quarterback, because Coach Prime is a defensive minded coach. So he lets the offensive coordinator do the offensive coordinator things. He doesn't stay in their office too much as far as that type of things. But I definitely say I like it. He pushes Shadur harder than any other quarterback coach I've ever seen. So just knowing that, I just know we're going to get all of Shadur for sure.
What's the chemistry like between the two of you right now? How do you feel it's growing?
Man, just on like a relationship level, me and Shadur have been getting closer day by day. He showed up to a couple of my basketball games this year, so some real love there. But yeah, I can't wait to get back on the field with Shadur. I think we definitely left off towards the end of the season with something special. A lot of people saw our potential and what we could be in the upcoming year. So very excited on that part. Can't wait to get back to work with him.
Watching you guys on the field, you can tell you all have some chemistry, because a couple of those passes, you weren't open.
Right.
You were covered, but he threw it in the right spot. What's your on-field chemistry like between the two of you?
I think he just trusts me, man. He trusts that I'm going to always try to play to my best. I'm going to give all of my opponents my best, even when they're not a good team. So I would just say trust, man. He trusts that I'm going to go up and make that play when he gives me the opportunity.
So you're playing.
Go ahead.
So you're playing basketball this year, and football. I have this question: is there a transition from football to basketball? Ben, I know for me I enjoyed playing the sport, but I was never in shape after football season to play basketball. But I just enjoyed it so much that I found a way to make things happen, even being out of shape. So how's your transition been from football to basketball this year?
Oh man, it's been definitely one for the books. You know, I would say it might have been a little bit harder, but you know, after sitting out a year of collegial basketball, or sitting out a year, or having to wait a year to play, I was hungry and eager, and you know, just waiting for the opportunity to be back on the basketball court again. So once I got the opportunity, oh man, I'm still happy for every moment that I get to step out on the court, you know, and that's something that I'll never take for granted again.
Why dual sports? I'm just very curious because you clearly have in my humble opinion, a very clear path to the NFL. Just doing that, but you've chosen to do two sports. Why do that?
I still have a lot of love for basketball. You know, basketball has took me to places in the world I definitely wouldn't have went without it. Basketball sent me on my first flight ever. Yep, all the way to Alaska. And so there's just a lot of, you know, lifetime memories and stuff like that that's came along with basketball. Met some pretty cool legends like LeBron James, Paul George, Kevin Durant, and so on and so on, just because of basketball, you know, some lifelong, you know, models, role models. So
yeah,
just it's hard to step away from the game, you know, especially when I have a lot of upside. And, you know, there's also, and truth be told, more longevity in basketball as well. So
is basketball a long-term option?
Of course. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I'd be lying.
Oh, stay tuned then.
Health-wise, it is a good choice.
Yeah, well,
definitely. You don't got to.
So you literally trying to follow in the footsteps of Charlie Ward.
Oh, for sure.
Make it happen.
For sure.
That's
how would you describe your hoop game? Because I mean, Charlie's one of those few players that I've seen that play both that didn't play basketball like a football player. You know, he was out there just knocking everybody over. So how would you just describe your game?
Oh man,
I did that too.
But you had some elegance to your game too, Charlie. It wasn't just volleyball.
But no, though, honestly though, you know, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little bit of tripping and stumbling when I first came back. But nah, just keeping it simple, man. Being a good teammate, making extra pass when it's there, playing really high and intense defense, is all the things that I wanted to get back into first. When I know I came back to the court, because I know everything else will, you know, come to itself, and just letting the game come to me, man. Not trying to force the issue. I play way better when I'm just playing. You know, if I'm hitting, you know, I'll up my shots. If not, I'm gonna, you know, just be a team player and let everything come, because I know everything else gonna handle itself.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta ask you this question. Two questions actually. Best person Coach Prime has brought in to talk to the team. Most shocking person Coach Prime has brought in to talk to the team.
One of the best speakers I think he's brought in, that really had a touching message. I'd probably say,
Yeah, to give some thought. I like that.
Because Coach Prime had a lot of folks in there.
That's right. I know one people.
I don't want there to be a little bit of animosity, so I'm trying.
No. Listen,
Coach Prime can bring in just about anybody he wants.
No disrespect. Yeah, no disrespect to the other message. This one hit you to right. You know.
Snoop Dogg.
I'll probably say Snoop Dogg has been on a couple live streams and stuff like that with him. You know, he's the voiceover of our documentary, but I haven't got a chance to meet Snoop Dogg yet. I definitely want to. But I'd say one of the people that brought one of the best messages was probably Wallow. Honestly, Wallow said shared some really real words, you know, with no filter, no fluff.
Yeah. Right.
Straight cut. Just telling us about, you know, the truth be told, the honest, like the opportunity at hand, with Coach Prime being our coach, the type of networking he has, and just telling us to make sure we capitalize on our opportunity.
There you go. Okay, let's cut the chase here.
Most surprising.
Come on now. There's only one answer to this.
Yeah, a bundle of Brittany for sure. For sure. I'm not even gonna lie. He threw me off. He threw me off with that one.
What was the feel in the room when she walked in?
I don't know, but I know it's a football team. And that's a risky game you're playing.
That's a risky game you're playing.
You're playing a risky game. You're playing a risky game. But no, I think we definitely learned something from it. At least I did.
I was say, but the message was real though. The message was real, right?
It was clear to me. It was real clear to me.
Hey,
how much of the message do you really remember?
He remembers.
I remember the message somewhere along the lines of going like, this is the type of person you might end up dealing with if you choose to deal with these group of individuals. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of deal.
That part was very clear.
Yeah. You know, those are you know, when I was in the NBA, those are very similar messages, educational times we had as well, because they would bring in, or they would have someone on the NBA PL staff, educational staff, will come in and talk to us about those same issues that she brought, and just letting us know that, hey, don't get caught up, because you can easily get caught up, and next thing you know, you're out there. I mean, you're chasing, and you're, you know, viral and all these other things that you don't want to be. And so just understand, know who you're surrounding yourself with, and know who you're talking to, because everyone doesn't have the same, you know, heart that you may have. And they have as I always say, we all have a plan. You know, when I was chasing my wife to make her my wife, you know, I had a plan. We all have plans for everything. So it's no different. I mean, everybody has a plan on how they want to try to get to where they want to get to.
Right.
And sometimes they use people to make it happen. So we just have to be mindful of what people's plans are and get it out in the air, but understand and know that you can definitely get caught up in the wrong way. And it could be a lifelong decision.
Man,
Especially these days.
Yeah, he's a target. He's for sure a target.
And Malcolm, how do you navigate through all of that? Because, like, you know, we all grew up in the '90s, so it wasn't social media and all that stuff back then.
Right.
So, I mean, so it's a lot more pressure on you, you know, these days than it was on us growing up. How do you navigate through that, especially with the social media age?
Well, I'm gonna give the props to that just to my probably to my guardians, man. My grandmother, my mom, stepmom, you know, cousins and stuff like that. Just always telling me, you know, teaching me how to keep a low profile. You know, I'm not a guy who spends $1,000, you know, on clothes. I don't know if even when I can afford it, if I'll be one of those guys, but who knows? But I'm just a low profile dude, so I guess it's not easy to pick me out the bunch. You know what I'm saying? As far as that goes.
Well, it's getting easier though, because you out here playing two sports and also signing NIL deals that everybody finds out about. So
I might have to find out how to get some of those disclosed. I can't have it.
Yeah, you got to get an NDA or something, bro. But just real quick though, because I thought this was really fascinating. Talk a little bit about the NFT thing that you just signed, because I thought that was actually really impressive.
Okay, well, I got a company helping me do my NFT. The NFT is pretty much is a digital currency. Very new. If you don't know much about NFTs, there's definitely a lot of money to be made in the NFT world, and I definitely do some research about it, man. That's definitely something that you want to be on the up end of, you know, like how everybody was when like big stuff like Dogecoin and Bitcoin hit. Like that's the type of capability, you know, these NFTs have in the market world for sure.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what an NFT is, but listen. If you tell me it's viable, I'm gonna ride with you, Malachi. I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you. We got some questions coming in in the chat that are pretty interesting. One, they asked. Now this is somebody trying to break the story. I don't know if this is real or not, but they said there's a rumor that Mr. Hunter is coming in and he's going to do 2 sports, and Shiloh's also thinking about baseball. Any truth to those rumors?
I've actually recently seen Shiloh out there on the baseball field. I have not yet seen Travis Hunter in my coach's basketball office, but I'd be lying if I said I haven't caught him in the gym either, though. So,
well, that's every football player is in the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Occasionally, but it gets more real when you got to run suicide. You got to do ball handling drills. You got to listen to film, and a lot of those things. But I'd love to have some of those guys also be part of the dual sport club.
Yeah.
Can't wait to bring a couple more guys in.
There you go.
But I'm excited for those guys. Definitely can't wait to see what they do.
That's what's up. Somebody asked, did you ever talk to T.O. when you were there? Any advice he gave you?
No, I didn't get a chance to talk to T.O. Maybe if I was playing around that time, I would have got a better chance of talking to him. But that's when I was bench warming, so I didn't get a chance to talk.
Well, listen, I don't know if bench warming is your problem anymore because you clearly on the field, man.
You definitely had a breakout year.
So what you think? What are you thinking about next year? Or if you haven't even had time to think about it, I guess you're still trying to wrap up basketball. But have you had any thoughts about next year and what it looks like?
Of course, I got an idea. My summer goal is to definitely be wide receiver 1. Try to work hard so I earn those balls this year so I can have a higher level of productivity. But right now I'm definitely trying to live in the moment, man. Still trying to win a SWAC championship in basketball. Still trying to finish the season out the right way with basketball. So that's where my focus is right now, for sure.
So how do you balance the two between basketball, academics? I know for football you're probably not doing anything, but how do you balance the two between basketball? Well, actually 3: football, basketball, and your academics.
I got help. I don't do any of this by myself, and I'm not afraid to say it. Administration here is phenomenal at Jackson State, as far as helping me get in contact with professors, helping me get tutors, helping me get help when I'm stuck on some of this homework, because you don't have to do it by yourself. I'm not saying that you could get somebody always to do it for you, but you definitely don't got to do it by yourself. So in the academics world, administration, man, so grateful for my administration. They're so good to me. Basketball, same thing. I got assistant coaches over there who help me get time and work around my schedule, help me get extra shots up. They're real flexible, and I think being flexible has only done nothing but service me my time here in Jackson State.
Somebody asked if you had a chance to eat the catfish in Jackson.
Y'all had a fried catfish sandwich right down the road.
They say it's one of the best in the nation.
It's not bad. I'm not too much of a catfish guy myself, though. It's a little fishy, but not bad. Definitely used to eat catfish sandwiches and grits and stuff back in the old golden days, so it ain't nothing new.
That's cool. That's cool, man.
Well, I mean, you're a 2-sport athlete. How much has Coach Prime helped with that? Because he was also famously a 2-sport athlete. How much do you lean on him for advice and how to manage time and stuff like that?
Oh man, he once again, man, he's the one who showed me the blueprint of a lot of the things I'm doing as far as keeping the focus on getting better, gaining, and maintaining while you're in college, while playing 2 sports. It's going to be a lot of distractions. Definitely going to be sometimes some bumps in the road as well, man. And just knowing that you're going to go against adversity and giving adversity your best every time you go against it is just going to do nothing but service you.
Well, now I have a question, because this brings up an interesting juxtaposition. Mr. Murray over in Arizona went to the draft and number one on one side and did well on the other side? Is that something that you're looking at as well? To try to push this as far as you can go on both sides?
Most definitely. That's always the goal. To be the best of what I could be. In basketball and football, off the field. That's always what I'm grinding for and what I'm shooting for. Just trying to become better and better myself. Me versus me.
This could get very interesting, gentlemen. I'd like to see you
enjoy the moment, because you never know. I mean, you have to enjoy, football time, basketball time, all the opportunities, because that was one of the things I enjoyed the most was just, of course, you get all the gear. Whatever football gets, you get. Whatever basketball gets, you get. You get to go on all the trips for football. You get to go on trips for basketball. And, you only have so much time to do it. And it's a short period of your life. So I'm like, man, just enjoy it. I really like the per diem. I know for us, the per diem was always nice. Football per diem, basketball per diem. I mean, in college, for you guys now, that's not a big issue. But I know when I was coming up, per diem was big time deal, because they fed you.
That
must
be nice. Jackson State, I don't know if we got that right around now, but that must be nice. I remember having that Tennessee, but yeah. I guess that's the whole HBCU, experience.
Is that the next frontier the HBCUs need to overcome, is getting you a per diem?
Oh man, I just know there's a lot of money being made nowadays in HBCU. So they'd be lying if they said they don't have a slice of pie to give somebody.
Listen, things are changing. They are definitely changing. It's not like it used to be, for sure. It's not like it used to be, for sure. Your favorite game so far this season, football or basketball?
I'd probably say Bethune-Cookman. Getting to play against a team relatively really close to where I'm from, family and audience, and that being my first time, my family got to see me truly show off for some of my potential at the collegiate level. Definitely was a good time for me and a good memory.
Was that game?
Yep.
Was 136 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
169.
I apologize.
Shorten the man is 30.
I shortened you 33 yards. I apologize. My bad. That was an impressive game, though. That was an impressive game, man. Listen, man. I am thoroughly impressed with you as a person. It's clear you understand who you are, who you want to be, and the journey. And you rarely see that in a young player, that they're so locked in and so focused to the whole process. Sometimes there's this, I know I got potential to go to the league, but that the zeroing in into the moment itself is a hard thing to do because there's so much outside noise. But it seems like you got a good balance to yourself, man. How do you do that?
Man, I got a lot of people in my corner. That's all I could say. A lot of people keep me grounded. Probably right after I get off the phone with this, I'm gonna be on the phone with my grandmother and my mom. So just stuff like that keeps me grounded, man. I can't take the credit by myself. I would have probably broke down a long time ago if it wasn't for them.
Wow.
Having them in my corner definitely helps.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, listen, we're super proud of you, man. Here at the BLEAV in the ACC, you got 2 new fans. Charlie's been a fan for a while, but I'm looking forward to seeing where this journey takes you, man. It's really, really impressive. Real quick, because I mentioned that you are our podcast brother on the BLEAV Podcast Network. What's your plans for the podcast? I'm just curious.
Man, I plan to have some really interesting guests on it. And I want everybody to keep everything authentic. Just keep it true. Come on here. We're gonna have opportunity for you to talk about some of the things that you plan to do. Have a chance to talk about some of the things I plan to do. As far as with some of my brands and with some of my networking that I'm learning, and improving on, and just growth, man. I don't even want to limit myself to what all I'm going to do on my show yet. You know what I'm saying? So just staying versatile, man.
I love it. I love it.
You definitely have the personality for it. I'm telling you that.
Oh,
man. Yeah. How soon are you gonna have Coach Prime on the show?
Man, I'm trying to have Coach Prime on the show. That's actually who I wanted to have. My first guest was Coach Prime. Coach Prime and me made a deal. He wants me to have like a 3-2 for him to come on my show, and I said, bet. I'm gonna have it like a 3-4. That's the goal. So that's what agreement we came to, and I'm glad he's holding me to that, because I think that's definitely a fair trade.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
If not really outweighing mine, because I think, I should be getting good grades anyways. And so if you just push me to get better grades, to only, to my advantage, then thank you once again, Coach Prime.
It's not a bad incentive to start the thing. Well, Coach Ward, do you have any final advice for this stellar young man that we have here on today's show?
No, I've already given him a lot of it, and I'm just happy to see him doing well at JSU. I know last time I saw you and met you was when you were in high school, and you made some changes from there. But just to see you working, understanding, the grind, learning from all your experiences. And I know that's definitely going to help you, long term, and then get involved in the things that you're doing now, on campus, off campus, would definitely help you be more marketable. And again, great experience for you moving forward, because you never know with sports, but this may lead into something else. So these are just great opportunities that you're definitely taking advantage of, and I'm happy to see you doing well, especially playing two sports.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank
you. Kendrick, you got any advice for him being a sports journalist of the year? I mean, you got some game, bro. So I mean, can you help the young man out as he launches into his new podcast?
Don't hold the knowledge now.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, you already on the right track. I mean, I can tell you've got a lot of personality, and don't hold that personality back. Just be you. I mean, if you goofy, be goofy. I mean, I'm sitting here wearing a Dave Chappelle shirt because of Juwan Howard slapping somebody. Just be you, because you understand your personality comes through the screen.
Absolutely.
And so I think you're going to be fantastic at it. So it's just don't hold back your personality. Just be you.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. Well, mine is very simple. You are on one of the best journeys of your life right now, and you get to be a young man. Enjoy it while you can, because this is going to shift dramatically here in a few years, and then it's going to be your job. It's going to be your career. So while you can still enjoy the aspects of what it is, and not saying that it's carefree, because it's definitely not that, but but you get to enjoy being a young man in the pursuit of the goal. And I think a lot of times we try to force athletes, especially phenomenal ones like yourself, into this reality of you're going to do this, you're going to be a professional, and that's fine, and that preparation is necessary, but there's also a beauty in just enjoying this part of the journey. So please embrace it while you can. Hopefully these will be some of the best memories of your life that you'll be able to look back on 10, 15, 20 years from now and go, man, I really, really enjoyed just being a college student. You going to the Cavs, sitting in the quad, whatever it is, you just get to enjoy that part. So embrace that part and just enjoy it, man. That's my only advice to you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and I want to thank Charlie, and I want to thank Lloyd and Hendricks for bringing me onto the show, man. I really appreciate you. Can't wait to the next time we get it. Hopefully I can have all y'all on my show.
Anytime, brother. You got it. Anytime.
Don't forget about us little people over
here. Yeah, anytime, man. We would love to have you, man. Thank you for joining us today, Malachi.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. Malachi Wideman, everybody.
All right, Malachi.
Yeah. My goodness.
Tell Coach Prime I said, what's up?
I will. I got you.
Tell him it's okay to give me a call back.
Hey, tell him that today. Tell him that today. Like, hey man, Charlie said, why you didn't call it back? Don't say it too disrespectful.
What?
I want you to run and laugh.
Just messing.
Yeah, don't get in trouble taking up.
Yeah, don't get in trouble for Charlie Ward. Don't do that.
Love you, Charlie Ward, but I don't love you that much.
Thank you, Malachi.
All right, brother. Hey, we got to take it. Malachi's got to join our crusade to get Charlie out of the Heisman apartment into the Heisman house.
Oh yeah, please, yeah, man, help us with that, bro. We'll talk more about that, man. But we got to get you to help us with that, bro, for real.
I got you.
All right. Oh my goodness. Listen. I got to tell you, that's an impressive young man. That is an impressive young man, and easy to root for. Cause
he is.
Yeah, he's easy to root for.
Yeah, he's from all I've heard, he's definitely he's a great guy. And when I met him in high school, they saw the potential in him. He was going through some things, off the field, but that he had to navigate through. And he was able to, get to where he is today. Like I said, all our experiences kind of shaped us.
Yeah.
And so I'm just happy to see him finding himself and, doing well at Jackson State. And he's kind of I think he's found a home for college.
Hey, and Kendrick, or Hendrick, as he called you.
You want the Hendrick brothers?
Right. Listen, all jokes aside, that kid can, basketball-wise, he's got a ton of potential. Like, he's got a real aggressive approach to the basket. He seems to understand, what he's doing on the basketball court. The team right now is not the greatest, but he's impressive. Like, if he could ever get some people around him over these next 2 or 3 years at Jackson State, they could be interesting. But
I was gonna say, Charlie, how hard is that? How long does it take to get from football shape into basketball shape? Because you kind of coming in, by the time you're done with football, the season's already started for basketball. So how long does it take to get into basketball shape?
Well, I never got into basketball
so he
shape.
Runs more than you do playing quarterback.
So again,
what did you say, Charlie?
I never got into basketball shape, except for the year that Coach Bowden allowed me to go out early, and I played the whole year. That was the only year that I was in any form of basketball shape, which was my first year playing. But I never got into basketball shape after football season.
Wow.
Like I said, I just had to figure it out. Like Malachi said, he's doing. Don't go and try to do things that you're not comfortable doing. Find your way through what you do best, and that way you can help the team. So I was just blessed to have very good players around me that I didn't have to try to do anything outside of what I was comfortable doing, which is scoring. And but when you can pass the basketball to guys that can score, when you're a defender, I was a steals guy. That's what I did. I ran around and steal the basketball from everybody. I ran into people. I brought that kind of level of toughness. I hit the floor. It's just do what you can do to help the team. And I think that's what Malachi said beautifully. He's not trying to be something that he's not, because he understands that that's where he is. But he can still run and jump. He can rebound. He can defend. Do those types of things to help the team. So I think that's something he's probably in better shape than I was, but he's finding his way though.
2 sports and they're back to back like that. And you got excited about that. Why do you think that's a good idea? I'm just curious.
Well, one, because I just enjoyed playing. I was an athlete. I just enjoy playing sports. And the two sports that I ended up settling on was basketball and football. And of course, once I got to college, football paid my schooling, and I was afforded the opportunity to walk on as a basketball player. And so even though they were back to back, the coaches were okay with me going and playing both sports. And so I took advantage of it. That doesn't happen all the time. I mean, very, very rare do you find that opportunity where two coaches agree that a kid can play back-to-back sports when one he's coming from one sport to the other and you're halfway in the season. And so I was just blessed to have that opportunity. But from a physical standpoint, I mean, you kind of feel it afterwards. After like later on in life, but at the time, you're in college. So
right.
Enjoy it,
yeah. It's easier to recover when you're in your 20s.
Right. Well, listen, like again, man, what an impressive young man, and it's gonna be fun to watch his growth and development as a player and as a person,
and as a podcaster.
That's exactly right. I think he's got a bright future, man. He's a hell of a receiver. I mean, goodness gracious, he's
that's size at receiver. Because what is he, about 6'5"? 6'5"? Oh,
6'5". Yeah, he's 6'5". He's a big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy, and got some speed too. Got a little breakaway. But as a possession receiver, I can imagine he's gonna be a joy. He's gonna be a great New York Giants. Really, what I'm trying to say.
Lord, don't say him there. Why you keep sitting there?
We gonna figure it out. Because we gotta figure it out, Charlie. That's
in 3 years. In 3 years, you have a new coach.
Stop it! Don't do that. Don't be like that, Charlie.
I'm just going off of history.
Sweet baby Jesus, don't let that child go to that organization.
Why are we doing this so much times? We gotta get better at some point, don't we?
We want him to be good, Lloyd.
Well, I do want him to be good. I just want him to be in the blue and white uniform when he does it. Not Cowboys.
Let's let them get a steady coach.
That's true. But we got 3 years. We got 3 years to figure it out.
Quarterback and GM.
Listen, we got 3 years to figure it out. I'm excited about that. You know what else I'm excited about as we get ready to close? I'm excited about tomorrow night because our coach Charlie Ward, a.k.a. Coach Junior, a.k.a. he is about to go and have a tremendous night tomorrow night in competition. So that is one of my shout outs for the show today. I'm excited about what Charlie and the team are about to do. Charlie, are you excited for what you and the team are about to do?
Well, I got one more day of practice. So
excitement is not the word Charlie's looking for.
Once they get finished with this practice and I see how practice goes, which our guys have been locked in these last couple of weeks, we're in the regional finals, which is, great step because when you're looking at your goals, making it to the winner championship, you got to win the regional finals. And so we have a chance to do that, which I'm proud of our guys and coaches. And then once you hit the Final Four, you still have another chance to win a state championship because you're there. So, we definitely we're playing the top seed Providence. If you want to watch, we'll be on nfhs.com, the network. And you can Google, you can put in, Florida State University School, and it should pop up live. So I'm looking forward to it. Our guys have been playing lights out. Not surprising, but it's kind of been surprising that how we've played at a high level, and the games have dictated. So I'm proud of our guys.
So what time is the game again?
It's at 7 p.m.
on Friday.
On tomorrow, yes, Friday.
We'll be rooting.
And yes, I've watched stuff on the Network. It is an interesting watch, but it'll be fun. You said 7:30, Charlie.
7 o'clock Friday night. 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Eastern, right. I'm going to put it up so everybody will know the difference, because people will show up in the Central Time going, ain't nobody playing. Well, this game's almost over.
Well, if they show up, they come in the third quarter at that point.
Right. They'll be like, this game almost over. How I missed half the game? Because you don't know the difference between Eastern and Central. That's why. So there you go. Should be a fun night.
Charlie, what you think about the All-Star weekend as someone who competes in the three-point contest, and then to see a giant win the three-point contest?
NBA All-Star weekend.
And then to see Steph do what
I missed all the other days, but I enjoyed the All-Star game, meaning Steph Curry, of course, going off. And, I showed our players, that. Not so much the threes as far as him shooting them, but him making them. It's another story to shoot them, but the dude is making them.
Anybody can shoot them.
Right? Yeah, that's my thing. I mean, we just not shooting just to shoot. You gotta shoot to make. That's what I challenge our kids on all the time. I'm like, hey man, I appreciate you shooting them, but we need you to be making them.
Right.
Right. So if you're not sure, and the reason why I shared him with our guys is, he's in the gym. So every time he shoots, he understands and knows that it has a chance to go in. Why? Because he's put in so many reps. And that's why I keep trying to tell my guys, because I got shooters. I'm like, hey, if you want to give yourself a chance to know that your shot's going in, you got to have that feel. And so the more shots you can get up, the better off you'll be. And so just his balance, his form, everything, regardless of where he shot the ball from, he had the same form, and he used his legs probably a little bit more, when he was further out. But it's just that whole shot preparation as well. Regardless of how he catches the ball or where he is, he knows how to get his feet underneath him and all whole deal. But that was impressive. But the other thing that impresses me all the time is how Giannis plays regardless of where he's playing.
Yeah.
All-Star game, pickup game, playoffs, regular season. The dude plays the same way. He's one of the only ones that was serious about playing in the first, second, and third quarters.
Yeah, he was confused, apparently, because he thought they were there all to play like a full game, and clearly they weren't. But he was like, "It's a basketball game, ain't it? Let's play."
Like he was blocking shots.
Oh yeah, he didn't care. Yeah, he didn't care.
The best was they interviewed Steph after he came out the first time, and they asked him when would he take over to try to win the All-Star MVP, and he said, "The next time I go out on the floor." And
he meant that. He meant every word of that.
They showed the third quarter, but Steph went off in the second quarter too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He just had a day. Well, Charlie, I'm glad you missed Saturday night, because my God, God, it was. I wish I had missed Saturday night. That was unbelievable. We got to be
bad, but I'm grateful for my New York Knicker, Ovid Toppin, for Knickerbocker for winning the slam dunk competition. I don't care what you say. The man won it.
He won it. Technically he won it.
And his charity or whatever his charity is, got some good resources.
Yeah, technically he won
honestly, it. To be perfectly honest, I didn't think it was bad as everyone made it out to be. And there was the whole, the dunk contest is dead, and we need to kill it, blah, blah, blah. We said the same thing, 4 or 5 years ago. Then Zach LaVine and all of them revived it, and Donovan Mitchell and all of them. And it's a cyclical thing, and like people love piling on. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad.
It was horrible.
Everybody makes it sound.
It was horrible.
But I'll just say now, y'all can say what you want to say, but some of those dunks that they do, the ones that they make, those aren't easy.
Right.
Oh no! Listen, I don't think anybody would take that from them. But you don't want to see them like try 15 times to make that one dunk. That was
right.
That was a lot.
There needs to be a limit on how many
Let's
tries.
yeah, because we know it's not easy.
We also need to get the John Morants, the Donovan Mitchells, and all of them in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Because
we know it's not easy because you're not making it.
Contest this year. If you're not an NBA fan, you didn't know who those guys
were. We know it's not easy because they're not making it. It's just, you know.
Did y'all see that? We just talking about dunk. Did you see the dunk that Obi did, where he did something and then he threw it off the backboard and dunked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
No, it's not easy. Listen,
I'm just that one alone.
I don't take anything away from them when they actually make the dunk. I'm just saying it's clearly not easy because you haven't done it like in 15 tries. So just all I ask for is a little bit better preparation. Like
they just need to not let them go on for 15 minutes trying to make one dunk.
That's the thing.
Well, I'm just gonna say this because I missed the live, but the review, like all the highlights, were much better. So I would say, man, just bump the live
for you. Yeah,
just bump the live deal and wait for the highlights.
So we watched it wrong. I should have just waited.
Yeah, y'all watched it wrong. That's why I'm sitting here like, man, the dunk contest was great.
But if you watched it the way you watched it, it was. I'm sure it was.
That's what I'm saying.
If you watched it in real time, you was like, man. Well, to me, the statement of all statements was when I think it was Cole Anthony that was trying to get a dunk in, and he missed by a long shot. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got up, grabbed his coat and his scarf, and walked out.
No, it was the kid from the Raptors. It was the kid from the Raptors.
Is that the kid from the Raptors? Okay. He got up, grabbed his scarf and coat, and I was like, oh, okay. So. He's like, I can't take it. This is a lot. So it was, but I'll say this. I did enjoy the 3-point contest, despite people complaining about that. I enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty good.
The 3-point contest was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. I don't know why people were complaining about that. Now, maybe they didn't like that Karl Anthony Towns won, but
people complain because that's the thing to do these days.
That's good point.
Well, people complain about a Super Bowl halftime.
That's true.
Halftime show.
That's true. That's very
true.
Complain. Yeah.
Right.
So my other shout out is an interesting one because I don't know if you guys knew it, but Shaquille O'Neal was here. They had a big program that they're highlighting here, and he came and spoke about the program. And I think he may have offered up some money and some other opportunities to it, but that wasn't the thing. The thing that really was a shout out was there was a couple that went on Instagram, and I guess he met this couple in a restaurant we have here called Babe's Chicken. And he met the couple, and they had like
chicken alert.
No, there was no barbecue chicken alert. That's funny. No barbecue chicken alert, but there was chicken alert. And they have like 9. The couple had like 9 kids or something like a bunch of daughters. And so he saw him in the Babes. They got to talking to him as Shaq always does. He's so personable, and he found out this situation that they had I don't know if it's like a mini bus or truck or van or something that was starting to break down. The air conditioning didn't work, some other things. So he said, hey, let's go to the dealership tomorrow. And so he went to the Mercedes dealership and bought them a brand new custom-made truck, whatever it was. Probably a Sprinter. It's a Mercedes-Benz, so yeah, it's probably a Sprinter. But it wasn't ready. It's not going to be ready till July. So he said the husband has a SUV where he didn't have air conditioning. It was breaking down. So he took him out to dinner again the next night, paid for their dinner as well as a couple of tables over, left $1,000 tip for the waitress, and then went and bought the husband a new truck that they could take home the very next day. So that kind of, when we started evaluating best athletes of all time, those are the type of things we need to start to factor in when we factor that in, because that kind of benevolence is amazing.
And you hear about Shaq and Charles both doing that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah. And I think that's just incredible.
I need to reach out.
You do need to reach out, Charlie.
I need to reach out to Shaq.
You.
Well, yeah. Beat Charlie Ward and reach out. What we waiting on?
I mean, you're the gateway.
If anybody out there to get it to Charlie Ward, I mean, come on. That's my shout out.
Who can say no to Charlie?
Nobody saying no to Charlie Ward. So that's my shout out for today. But Kendrick, Charlie, who you guys got?
Who am I gonna shout out? Oh, my man, Coach Monty Williams, for his team winning the All-Star game. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have, some of the best players on your team, and then one guy scores 50.
Guy goes for 50.
Yeah, and so that was a good pick on his side, but I was happy for him and his team. And there's shout out, of course, you already said basketball team for making it to the regional finals. And also shout out to our Lady Seminoles softball team. They won all of their games at the whatever the thing they had down in St. Pete, where some of the top tier teams. We beat UCLA in extra innings to cap it off, nightcap. So they are, I think, 11-0 right now and riding high. Coach Lonnie, Alameda. We need to get our own contract. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully,
I thought that was being taken care of.
Man, I don't know. I haven't seen. I know the one of the coaches just got. The volleyball coach just got an extension. Now, if the volleyball coach can get an extension, then the softball coach needs an extension. The
soccer coach needs an extension.
Soccer, they need an extension too. So I think they kind of find a way, down the line here. They all need extensions, but she's done an amazing job. I'll have to try to get her on here.
We love that, Charlie.
Coach Lonnie.
Again, it's on you, Coach Junior.
I have to see how we can try to get Coach Lonnie on here for a few minutes.
Have your people call her people. That's what you do, Charlie.
I might just leave her a note in her mailbox. She lives in the same neighborhood.
You just gonna tag it on the side right there.
Yeah.
You gonna post a note.
Post-it note.
Post-it note. Remember me?
That'll do it. That'll do it, Charlie. I would think.
Remember me and just say Coach Junior. And see how
that
goes.
ought to get it done. I would think that's the perfect plan. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Kendrick, who you shouting out today?
Well, I'm sure you all know that I'm shouting out my undefeated in OVC play, the number 19 team in the country, my Murray State Racers.
This feels really like, specifically directed. I don't know why, but it just does.
What?
You don't have to do that to get okay.
Just saying they're undefeated in conference play. It's impressive. It's only 4 teams in the country that's done that. It has nothing to do with them just happening to sweep your alma mater this season. Even though I do worry about Murray though, because they
hard to beat the team 3 times.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times, and I mean they should have lost. They should have lost that second game to Moorhead, and they should have lost on Saturday at UT Martin. So I'm a little bit worried about them right now. But they're getting the wins, and like Charlie said, all that matters is getting that W. So, but hey, shout out to them. They undefeated in conference play. They've won 16 straight now. So
only one team's going to get into the tournament though.
I think Murray might get in, even if they don't.
Even if they might, yeah.
I mean, they're ranked. They're number 19. How can they not get into the tournament?
Listen, we're talking about the NCAA. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but I do think they're.
I think they're in. I think they're in. I think they're probably. Yeah, I think they're probably in. All right. Well, listen, this has been fun, man. Again, a great, awesome young man. I'm a fan.
Yeah, shout out to Malachi. First and foremost.
Man, what a kid. What a young man. That's the kind of kid, you can easily root for, man. Easily root for. So Coach Prime got him one. I'm curious. I'm excited to see what they do in year, I guess, 2. Technically, it's year 3, I guess. Technically.
Yes, year 3. Yeah,
2.5.
Year 3.
2.5. Right. 2.5. So,
Hopefully, Coach Prime can start returning Charlie's calls.
I'm just saying.
Like,
I know you're busy, but
I mean, I got the man's jersey over my shoulder.
Can you call our guy back? Like, what are we doing?
He played baseball here. He'd be amongst friends.
hit him with the put it on the Florida State. Call us Florida State in the question.
Gonna work.
Hey, you gotta use all the tricks of the trade, man.
I think he changed his number on me.
Wow. Don't be like that.
You know, I think Charlie, if you hit him on the Twitter machine.
Yeah.
I need to hit him on Twitter.
Hit him in the DMs. DM him.
You've a good Twitter machine.
Yeah, I try to DM
he
and ask
no
him
to a Heisman Trophy winner on the Twitter machine.
Remember me?
Put a post-it note on Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Kendrick Haskins over there. That is Charlie Ward down there. I'm Lloyd Spence. We'll be back next week. Y'all are crazy. We love it. Have a great day. You've been listening to Believe in the ACC with Charlie Ward, Lloyd Spence, and Kendrick Haskins. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share from the Noisemakers page on Facebook and on YouTube. And you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and wherever podcasts can be heard. And join us